That's great that you're doing this. This is going to be such a positive thing long term in ensuring the health of your brain, the health of your nervous system, the health of your endocrine system. When you have mercury constantly being released into your body, it is so incredibly toxic. And even though it's just little bits that might come off, over time it adds up. And this is something that has such a detrimental effect on pretty much every element of your biology. Now, when you're getting these out, you want to make sure you're having it done by a dentist who really specializes in this. This is like one of the main things that they do, and they have a deep understanding of how to do it properly and safely. For example, Ana Blanca got her amalgam fillings out back before it was cool to do so, or in fact before many people knew how to do it safely, and it was not done right. This was going back way, I don't know, I have to ask her exactly when, but it was a long time ago, way before I met her. And because of this, she ended up with huge levels of mercury in her body that took quite some time to detoxify. She did detoxify it, brought it down extremely low, but it took time. And up until the point where she started lowering those levels, it had some pretty negative effects in her life. So you want to make sure that a proper dam is used so that you are not going to be inhaling or getting down your throat any of the mercury vapor that could be being released. And you want to make sure that you're in your nose, you're getting very pure oxygen so that you're not breathing even any of the air from the room, because these toxic vapors are going to be getting released into the room. Sorry, I'm looking around a little bit here because I took a different turn and I don't fully know where I'm going. And so that is going to be what you want to do during. I would say before also, good idea to take both chlorella and activated charcoal. I would just double up on both of those, because if some things do get into your system, if you get a bit of mercury reabsorbed, those are going to be your best chance to bind it up and pull it out really quickly before it can penetrate deeper into your system and circulate around. So those would be really good to take beforehand. And then afterwards, because you've had these, I'm imagining, for quite some time, I'm imagining you didn't just get them a couple weeks ago and now decide that you don't want them anymore. You really need to find a holistic practitioner, an integrative physician or functional medicine doctor who specializes in chelation therapy, either via EDTA, DMPS, or DMSA. Generally for mercury, DMSA tends to be one of the better ways of going about it. And they should have a protocol that lasts about 2 weeks, and you're going to do probably, depending on your levels, multiple rounds of such a 2-week program, where you have about a week of taking supplements to start mobilizing heavy metals, and then you have 1 day where you're taking the chelation agent. DMSA probably is what you'll end up doing, and that is chelating and pulling these out, and you're going to be drinking a lot of water and peeing a lot that day. And the first time you do that, you also collect a bunch of your urine, shake it up in a big bottle, and then take out a little sample and send that off to the lab, and that will give you your first really good look at what your levels of heavy metals are actually like. Then you'll have some idea, roughly, of how many times you're going to have to do this, but really to know, you're going to have to do a couple more rounds and see how fast your levels are dropping down. So let's say then you do 4 rounds, and you can look, okay, how much was I able to drop this percentage-wise here in 4 rounds, and that'll give you a good idea long-term of, am I going to be done after 4 more rounds? Maybe I got to do 20 rounds. It's going to depend. So it's a week of mobilization, then you're taking the chelation agent, and then it's about a week, maybe 5-6 days of recovery protocol after that, where you're supporting all your detoxification pathways, making sure everything is cleared out well and not just recirculating somewhere else into the body. And also taking a lot of mineral supplements, because chelation agents can and do pull out some good minerals out of your body as well, and you want to make sure you're doing your best to replenish those. Like, it's pretty normal when people are doing this kind of chelation that your fingernails will become like thinner and more brittle. Your hair might not be going quite as robust, but I promise that long term it is so worth it to get these incredibly toxic compounds out of your body. So I wish you the best of luck with this for a clean and mercury-free future. If you're watching this and you have mercury fillings, leave a comment below. I'm curious to know how many you have and how long you've had them for. Or if you've gotten your mercury fillings out, let me know how many you had taken out and what changes, if any, you've noticed in your life just from getting them out, or maybe you had the full chelation done as well afterwards, and what that experience has been like for you. I'm always curious to know. Thank you guys so much for joining. Have an amazing day, and look forward to seeing you all again next time.